Oh, it's not morning. Hello, everybody. My name's Christy. Welcome to my corner. Thanks for joining me for a floss tube today. I have a ton of stuff to talk about. I have my third finish of the year, and it's only April. It's like mid-April. And I saw you about 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks feels like a good amount of time for me. It doesn't sort of stress me out that I have to get a bunch of stitching done during the week when I'm super busy. So I have things to show you. So I have a finish. I have a new start. I have some progress on my other 2 whips that I have been working on. And I have a new start for the weekend that I'm going to point out because this pattern has lived rent-free in my head for several years now. And I think it's time to start it. So that is the plan. I want to, but before we get to any of that, I want to welcome my new subscribers. Thank you so much for joining me on my crafty and artistic adventures. Welcome back to anyone who's been with me for however long you've been with me. It's been great to get to know you in the comments here on YouTube and also on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, you can find me at Dr_Christy, which is listed down below in the description box. And yeah, I kind of post some stitching stuff, some life stuff, some outfit stuff, those kinds of things. And I'd love for you to, hang out with me there. This is a channel about embroidery, cross stitch, other textile crafts, and other crafts now, like lots of crafts. I'm kind of getting into bookbinding, and I'm also going to start a little series of my outfits of the day because I post my outfits of the day on Instagram every once in a while. But this past week, I don't know, I was just feeling inspired to sort of do like a little clip every day, every morning of what my outfit looked like in the day. And I'm going to put them all together and I'm going to put them on YouTube and become like a fat middle-aged fashion influencer. Obviously, it's going to happen. But I'm filming the kind of like intro right after I film this. And then I'm going to edit it and post it on my Patreon. So if you are a patron, thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. And you will get my outfits of the day for all week. I'm going to post it this evening. So you can look forward to that this evening. I'm very excited. And yeah, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe and stick around. If you like what you see, I'm happy to have you. And I'm really excited about my video today because I have a new lighting situation. I don't know if you have noticed how well lit I am. In the past, I had a ring light. So I was like looking at a ring light and I had like the little rings in my eyes and it was good. It was good. It worked really well for me. I'm not like a fancy, I'm not a fancy filmer. In fact, I'm not even using a mic other than my phone mic because I totally forgot to put my mics on because I'm not a professional. But my new light is really bright. Look, it's up there. As you can see in my glasses. It's a square light. And I got 2 of them, which I thought was kind of cool. And I may have already said this because I started this video like 3 times. But I got 2 of them so that way I can film in here. And then I can film in that's my sewing room over there. And it'll also be good light in there. That room's kind of dark anyway. So it'll be good for when I'm sewing. It'll just be like another light source, which I always need more light sources because this building is a little bit dark. So yeah, I'm excited about this new light situation. You can see the bags under my eyes. Maybe I should put some makeup on or something. But anyway, you did not come here. Oh my God, it's 4 minutes. You did not come here to talk about any of this stuff. So let's get right into stitching. Let's start with my finished object, which I want to frame and put in my office because it's medieval. And this is Elephantine by Roz Clark Crafts. This is part of the Medieval Menagerie 2. I think 1 are cat snails, but that's what they look like. And then I'll show you where I was because I took a screenshot of where I was before. So this is where I was in the last video. And there's me. That's where I was in the last video. And so I didn't have a ton left. Like, I'm pretty sure that in that video I said I'm finishing it this weekend, and I did. And so, isn't that amazing? It's done. So I think this will look so cute in a little frame. I may try and find like a green frame. Oh, I already have a green frame. Anyway, I'm going to go to Michael's today, or I'll look through my frames I already have. But if I don't have a frame for this, I'm going to go to Michael's and pick up a frame and frame this because it's going in my office at work. But I finished. I have a finished object. That is very exciting for me. And this was housed in my RAR, which you can't even read. You can see it in person. It says RAR, and it's dinosaurs and a volcano. I did that. I thought it was fun and quirky. So that is my finished object. And let's go with my new start. I think, here it is. I posted about this on Instagram. It's my new start. Those of you may have watched me when this came in the mail. This is Being a Friend by Forbidden Fiber Co. And it's Golden Girls themed, obviously. Picture it, Sicily. I say this all the time, and no one gets the reference, and it's so sad for me. So this is where I am, and I'm using the kit. So it came as a kit. It has a needle minder that I just throw on the floor. It's being stitched on a 32 count Belfast linen in Bungalow, which is a pinky purpley neutral. And I started in the middle with 4. That's all I have is just 4. But I like it. I'm excited. And in fact, I've been thinking for a little while about starting a embroidery project, a Golden Girls embroidery project that is similar to my Sleuths embroidery project from several years ago. Let me show you an example of my Sleuths embroidery project. I'm pretty sure I have some pictures on this phone. So this is like my old phone. It's not connected to anything anymore. And so I'm not really adding new pictures to it. But I'm pretty sure that I did these before I got a new phone. So hold on a sec. I did. I was right. So here is Poirot. And so they're sort of like outlined. And then they're like distinguishing characteristic. Here we have Phryne Fisher from Miss Fisher's Mysteries. I have Sherlock Holmes, the Jeremy Brett version. I have Jessica Fletcher. I have Columbo. And I have Miss Marple. So I think that I want to do a Golden Girls theme, a Golden Girls series that is similar to that. And I think that that would make me really happy. And I think it'd be super cute and really fun to do. And I haven't done just like an embroidery in a really long time. So that would make me really happy. All right. So that is my new start. Forbidden Fiber Co. Being a Friend. I'm assuming you can get it on their website. I'll link them. She has a YouTube channel. I'll link it down below. And I'll put I'll look for a link to this. God, I'm terrible at this. It's like I've forgotten how to do this. If I see the pattern on her website, I will link to it down below because it's really cute. It's only 6 colors. It's 2 blues, 3 pinks, and a yellow. That's all it is. So you can do this in like any color. Honestly. Now, my only issue with this is that it is a black and white pattern. And black and white patterns confuse me. But luckily it's only 6 colors, so I can like go by the picture and the colors that I have and kind of figure it out. But yeah. And then I also put it on I took pictures of the pattern, so it's on my phone. Actually, this phone. This is my stitching phone. So it's on that phone, so it's easy. So I don't have to worry about like the paper flopping around and stuff like that. Anyway, I do things to make stitching on paper patterns easier by making them not paper patterns anymore, essentially. All right. So let's talk whips. Let's talk whips. Whoopsh. I'm feeling a little cringy today. Oh, but I want to show you what I'm wearing because I'm really excited by it. First of all, I'm a delight. I love this t-shirt. I love it. I love it. And then I'm also wearing this chain that my friend made me. This glasses chains. And I love glasses chains because they're basically like earrings and necklaces. They do the same, for me anyway, in my mind, they do the same thing as like earrings and necklaces with less effort. And I love it. So my next pattern is in my Thriller bag. And Jody from Trixie Tricycle gave that to me a couple years ago, and I love it. I love it, and it's perfect for this. It makes me really happy. Let me find the picture. Okay, so this is the Lady and the Unicorn, and it's a medieval tapestry that is, it's a series of 5, I think 5 or 6, and they're in the Musée de Cluny in Paris. I have seen them, but I didn't realize what a big part of my life they would turn into at the time when I saw them. So when I go back, I'm going to go back and like look at them with fresh, invigorated eyes. I have not been back in probably 15 years. So back to this museum. So I definitely, next time I'm in Paris, I want to go, which I don't have any specific plans to be in Paris anytime soon. But when I do, I'm going to this. It is the medieval museum. So it's a good museum. Anyway, that's what I'm stitching. And I'm pretty excited because I'm color completing black. I'm color completing 310. Sorry, I can feel like a hair in my eye. I'm color completing 310. I'm keeping track of it and I'm pretty excited. So let me show you where I was last time. So that's where I was. And I'm working on this section here. And let me just show you. Yeah, so that's the section I'm working on, but let me just show you what that looks like. So it's these trees right here is what I'm working on. And I'll show you in the pattern itself why that's a good place to work. Oh, I'll show you afterwards because then you'll see my progress. So let me show you my progress. I'm pretty excited. Last time I had finished the black in the rug and just started on that bottom tree. And now I'm almost done with that bottom tree. Isn't that exciting? So I just have some up here. That's all I have left on that bottom tree is up there. I do have some stuff like kind of in that space, like in this empty space here. But I'm working on that last. First, I'm going to work on these trees. So I do have to continue with my gridding. I've reached the end of my gridding. So I want to continue with my gridding. I haven't quite hit the end, but I'm close. But here's where I am. Oh my goodness, it's so big. That's where I am. And this is on, I think, a full yard. Full yard? I think it's a full yard of 20 count ivory Aida that I got from 123 Stitch. And I wanted ivory because I didn't want there to be any bright white showing. I thought ivory might kind of tone it down a bit. But I'm stitching it 2/1. 2 strands over 1 on a 20 count Aida. And so it is a thick coverage. And look at what the back looks like. Isn't that amazing? I'm going to show you the back. The back is crazy amazing. And then over here, of course, because I'm doing all the black. And of course, it doesn't matter if I'm carrying because it's all going to get covered because it's a full coverage. Anyway, I'm very excited about this. So let me show you what the pattern keeper looks like so that you can see kind of why I wanted to do this, just to feel like I got a lot of really good stuff. So you can see that top tree has a lot of black in it. And then I just have that like tiny little bit right there of the bottom tree left to do. And that's very exciting. Very exciting. But I've also been keeping track. I've been writing it down. So I started out with 9,983 black stitches. I am at 3,753 stitches. And last time you saw me, last time I recorded this, which was March 26th, I was at 5,091 stitches. So in the past 2 weeks, I've done 1,338 black stitches. And in total, we're going to use a little calculator here. In total, I have not done this. I did not already calculate this because, like I said, I'm not a professional. But 9,983 minus 3,753 equals, I have done this year, because I started on January 11th. So, exactly 3 months, right? 1, 2, no. I have to calculate this with my fingers. They don't just give out PhDs, you know. So January to February, February, March, March to April. So 3 months. Okay. In 3 months, I have stitched 6,230 black stitches. Now, I've done other stitches, not many, but there are some places where there were like a lot of yellows, for example. I'm just going to show you the back because it's it's not the back. Good. So like right here, there was just like a bunch of yellow, and I'm like, I'm tired of stitching black. I'm just going to stitch a bunch of yellow. Same with over here. And then in some places, I also added more blue. And I may be shaking this. I haven't quite figured out how this, it's a little wobbly. It's very tall. And I've also sort of stitched some blues in here, which I think might be my next color. I was going to do one of the reds, but blue only has like 5,500 stitches. I was going to say calories. It only has 5,500 calories. 5,500 stitches of blue. So when I'm done with my black, I think I'm going to go on to blue, because I'll show you, in fact, why. I'll show you why. Because, and it is what number is it? It is 939. But if you notice, it sort of like follows where all the blacks are. And I especially am interested in up here. And then you can see up here as well. So anyway, that's, I think my plan is to do the blues when I'm done with, when I color complete my black. But how exciting will it be when I've color completed black? I'm so excited about this. Like, I'm really excited about this. And it has really changed how I feel about stitching on this project, because like let's talk about like how far I've gotten, because of course this is a HAED and I am at over 21% though. So I am at 21.26%, which is amazing. I was below, my goal was to get to 21% by today, and by my next filming, and I did. So I'm at 48,435 stitches. That's like 1,600 stitches away from 50,000. So I think that's going to be my goal for the next time I see you. Out of 227,850 stitches. Very exciting. You know, if cross stitch is exciting, this is it, right? This is it. All right. And then the last one I've been working on is my Earth Proud. And this is this is my design, and it was a collab chart for an Earth Day fundraiser for the Stitchers Collective. And this is what it looks like. It is a poem by Ralph Waldo Emerson. And this, I always point this out because I'm telling you, this is like the peak of in my mind, this is the peak of my designing. Is this little skull here, clear of the grave with a skull, a floral skull. Like, I kind of almost just want to stitch that little floral skull, and maybe I will chart a little floral skull and release it to my patrons for the summer as like a little like macabre summer stitch. That would be fun. That would be super fun. That would be super fun. Oh, so let me show you where I was. I'll show you where I was because I want more people to stitch that skull is what I'm saying. I want people to stitch that skull because I'm very proud of that skull. I'm very proud of it. All right, where was I? I had just finished all of the words. I had just finished all the words and done some flowers, but not many. I finished the vine, and I keep sort of trying to remind people that this vine is not correct. Oh, I'm bright again. Yeah, so the vine is off by several stitches. Very off. It's very off. So I've had to sort of finagle a couple of different things, but this is where I am. So I did all of those yellow flowers except for the two eyes of the skull, I think are new. I think half of those pink flowers are new, and I'm very close to being done. So I'm hoping that I can have this finished by next time I see you as well. Let's look at where I am. Let's look at where I am. So it has 5,014 stitches. I'm 87.53%, and I'm at 4,389 stitches. So I literally have less than 700 stitches to finish this. I can fucking do that. I can do that in 2 weeks. So that will be definitely a priority, is to get this finished, because wouldn't that be nice? That'd be 4 finishes in the first 4 months of the year. 4 finishes. Very exciting. Very exciting. So those are my stitching. Now, one of the reasons why I didn't get as much stitching done cross stitching done in the last 2 weeks is because let me show you what I want to start. I can't believe I didn't show you this. So I bought a kit several years ago. There we go. That, like I said, lives rent-free in my head. I think about it all the time. I love it. It's in this bag because it's super colorful, and I'm a little obsessed with it. So I want to show you this pattern, and I want to, talk about it. I just wanted to get all of the things out of the bag. And in fact, I think I want to pull the pattern out too. So this pattern was in Jessie from Miss Laid Pages, one of their burb boxes for February. I don't know if they still do burb boxes. I don't buy the boxes, but I do buy the patterns afterwards if I love them. And I am obsessed with this bendy stitchy pocketbook peacock. Is that not the most stunning? So first of all, I love a peacock. Not my next tattoo, but my next but one tattoo, next plus one tattoo is going to be a peacock. I love peacocks. I think that they're amazing. They're loud and obnoxious and flamboyant, which I feel like is me. But isn't this stunning? Bendy Stitchy Designs, Michelle Bendy Stitchy. I love this pattern so much. I had to have it. I had to have it. And it's not that big. It's 3,000 stitches. I actually did not realize how small it was. It's 3,000 stitches. It's 97 wide by 74 high. It is 8 colors. And it's amazing. And I bought all the called for stuff. So let me show you what the called for stuff is. The called for fabric is by Miss Laid Pages, and it's called Awakening. I got a 32 count linen, and it's showing up much sunny yellow than it is. It's way more of an orange and coral. So all those yellows that you're seeing, I'm seeing them as yellows. They are orange, like orange. And then the more pinky splotches are coral. So this is the fabric. But wait until you see. I can't wait to start this. And I've been putting off starting it this week because my fingers have been a little rough. So I need to like do some moisturizing treatments because the flosses are Dinky Dye's silks. I haven't stitched with a silk in so long. I'm so excited. But these birds have been living rent-free in my head for years. And I am so excited. I'm so excited to start this. I'm starting it this weekend. I literally did not realize that it was only 3,000 stitches. Yeah. Oh, she says, the inspiration from this piece came from an antique needlepoint purse that I have in my collection. The original colors are nothing like this. The background fabric is nothing like this. This is absolutely the fabulous version of that purse. And it is like so fabulous. It's so fabulous. So that is my very exciting new start for this weekend. And I can't wait to show you how far I've gotten. And then I can stop thinking about it. I have one other pattern that I can't stop thinking about as well. I think about it all the time. And I had kitted it up. I may have unkit it because it's been so long. And so once this is done, I'm going to do that one because I need to stitch for joy. So this, doing a Golden Girls series, having some finishes, like all those things are just going to be so nice. They're going to be so nice. So let's talk about why I actually didn't get as much cross stitching done as I wanted to, as I had planned on the past 2 weeks, because I've been working on something else. So when last you saw me, I had these holy jeans. And they're not as holy anymore. Or maybe they're holy in a different way. So I had you all look at some doilies for me and tell me which one you liked. And this one got the overwhelming vote. And it's just a vintage doily. And this is a hole. Because, of course, it's almost impossible to find jeans without holes. At least it was when I bought these for casual jeans. But this was getting really big. So I hand stitched this on, and I used a hand quilting by Coates. And yeah, I used a hand quilting thread because I wanted to make sure it was strong, because this is like the knee, right? So it's going to get a lot of use. So I want to make sure. But I'm going to put them on, and I'll model them for you so you can see how great they look. I am currently wearing pants. Don't worry. Like, I'm not this is not like a Zoom outfit with no pants, just the top and no pants. I'm wearing pants, but I'm going to put these pants on and show you how they look. All right. I'm in the other room. This is kind of the only place I could show you without there being a ton of stuff in the way, because I have to organize. But this is what it looks like. I think it's cool. And if you'll notice, there's another hole right here. So I'll show you what I'm going to put on that. But super fun, right? I think they're super fun. And then I'm going to put another one, I think, on the back pocket. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe a lot of you did like the hearts. I do have the hearts here. A lot of you like the hearts, but maybe I could put in, and it was mentioned I could put it like upside down. And then it looks like a butt on my... It looks like a butt on my butt. Anyway, I'll figure that out later. Oh, wait, what's this one? What's this one? Oh, it's a heart. Okay, anyway, I'll figure it out later, not while I'm filming. But yeah, so that's what it looks like. I think it's super cute. It makes me really happy. And yeah, it was a lot of hand sewing. I'm not going to lie. It took a lot of time. All right, back to my normal spot here. So I mentioned that the little hole at the top, and I have this tiny little doily, which I think will look super cute. So I'm going to work on that, I think, this weekend, so that these are done for now. Like I said, I'm going to add one to the back, but I don't know what that's going to look like. It would literally just be, sorry, I have more doilies and stuff here. It would literally just be decorative. So, but that is fun and wearable. And I'm actually going to go do a little shopping today. And so I can wear these out, and I love them. I'm so excited. I'm so excited about them. Now, I did make some purchases very excited about these purchases. I did make some purchases. Some of them are silly purchases. Some of them are not silly purchases. So I bought a pattern from a Wishing Shed design on Etsy. And it was a digital pattern, and it was a crow sewing book. How cute is that? It's made out of felt. This one looks hand stitched. You could hand stitch it or not hand stitch it. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited about this. So I'm going to make this at some point. I printed it out, so I have all the pattern pieces. I'm not sure what fabrics I'm going to use, but I bought that. So that's the first thing I bought. And then Forbidden Fiber Co. was having a Misfits sale. So I bought some Misfits. What these are like misdyes or tests or whatever. And yeah, they're pretty, I'm pretty excited about them. I got 3 that look very similar. These all came in the same package. And again, they're a little yellower than they are. These are all a 1/4 yard of 36 count Edinburgh linen. So they're not exciting, but they're interesting neutrals. They're more of a pinky brown. They're much, much warmer. Let me see if I can't switch the light maybe and get it. No, that makes them more yellow. Oh no, let's make them more blue. We'll just stick with this. But yeah, they're pinkier than they come off. So that's a 1/4 yard each of those. And then I got a fun pack. So these are all 32 count Belfast linens. Oh, this is nice. And this is called Whispering Grove. It's an 1/8, a fat 1/8. Again, it's warmer than it's showing on the camera. Whispering Grove. One of a Kind, which is a nice sort of pinky green neutral. It very much pink and green. Very much pink, light pink and green, but still pink and green. This has no name on it. This is a 1/4 yard. Fat 1/4. And it's just a very no modeling, just pink, which is fine. This also does not have a name, and it's again warmer than that. It's more of a peachy tone, but very little modeling. And then it is that bright, but it's a little greener. That looks a little more blue in the thing. It's a little greener. So those are my fun colors. I am very excited about this one, the pink one, and the green one. And actually, I like this one too, this sort of green and pink neutral. So those are my fabric acquisitions. And then my crafty acquisitions are silly. So those of you who've been following my crafting journey know that I have been really into bookbinding and book arts for a while. Now, I posted a flip through of my commonplace book that I made on Patreon. I'm going to post it here in a couple weeks. But I'm very interested in printing and printmaking. And one of my colleagues at my university, one of the art professors, is a printmaker. And so I've decided that I'm going to register. I'm going to audit, which means I don't have to do the outside homework. I just have to go to class and do the inside homework, like the in-class work. I'm going to be doing a printing class, a relief printing class. So essentially, we're going to carve linoleum or whatever and print. And that's so exciting. So I'm going to take that class next semester. But in preparation for that class, I saw someone on Instagram, I saw someone on YouTube who had this book called The Pink Eraser Art by Serena Rios McRae. And it's essentially teaching you how to carve stamps out of erasers. Because like linoleum is really expensive, but it shows you how to like make a bird or a flower, or you know how deep to carve. So I haven't looked at this yet, but I'm very excited. And erasers are cheap. So I bought 120 erasers. These look just normal pink school erasers for like $20. These will last me a really long time. I already have the tools because I thought I wanted to get into printing earlier, but I just never had the time. And so now I feel like this summer can start like carving out erasers and making tiny little stamps. So that is my ridiculous purchase that I got. You know, it is what it is. It's my ridiculous purchase that I got. So let's take a look at my bingo card. Anyway, so that's all my purchases, I think. That's all my stitching. All my crafting. It's been a very busy couple weeks, so I'm pretty actually pleased with the amount of stuff that I've gotten done. So I'm going to have to tape this. This little cherry right here keeps wanting to come off. So, there are a couple things that I want to get done this month, I think. Oh, I've been working on my pull-ups. So 18 right there is do one unassisted pull-up. I've been working on those. And I have been, I started in January training for this, and I needed 165 pounds of assistance. So I weigh about 250, 255, depending on the day. So I needed 165 pounds of assistance. When I did it on Wednesday, I was down to 130 pounds of assistance. So I went from pulling up 90 pounds to pulling up 120 pounds. And that feels pretty good. And I'm trying to go down 10 pounds a month because I just have to do one. So if I can do 10 pull-ups at 40 pounds of assistance, I can probably do one pull-up unassisted. That's kind of like what's happening in my brain. So I don't have to be able to do like 10 unassisted pull-ups. I just have to do one. I have literally never done an unassisted pull-up in my entire life. So this is a big deal. I kind of want to organize my DMCs this week. I have my little metal case that my friend gave me, and that'll be really fun. I don't know that 4 is going to happen. 4 is attend a conference, and I thought I was going to attend my home conference in Michigan, and I'm just not going to do it. But all my cherry stickers are falling off, so I need to figure out what to do about that. Anyway, what else do we have? Make quills. That probably won't happen until the summer. But anyway, I've been altering my to be altered pile. So that's the other thing I've been working on. I have a couple more things that I want to do, but I'm getting close to being done with that. That is 21, which is up here. So I'm making slow progress with my bingo card, but it's only month 4 and I've already completed 2. I'm working on 4 more, regularly working on 4 more. And that's okay. I mean, last year I only got 1 bingo. So if I get 2 bingos, I'm better than last year. If I get 1 bingo, I'm as good as last year. And I've accomplished things. So that's very fun. All right, friends, I think that's it from me. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and, looking at my crafting. And it's just been really fun to kind of get back into the swing of things this month. Sorry, I had to pause for a sec. So anyway, I'm heading out. I have a fun day filled today. So again, thanks for watching. Thank you to my patrons for supporting me. Let's go out and make stuff, and I will talk to you later. Bye.